Welcome. In today's lecture, we will be discussing polymorphism in Java. So, what exactly is polymorphism in Java? The dictionary definition of polymorphism refers to a principle in biology in which an organism or species can have many different forms or stages. In Java, polymorphism means many forms, and it occurs when we have many classes that are related to each other by inheritance. Inheritance lets us inherit attributes and methods from another class, while polymorphism uses those methods to perform different tasks. This allows us to perform a single action in different ways. So let's look at a quick example. For example, think of a superclass called animal that has a method called sound. Subclasses of animals could be cats, dogs, etc. And they also have their own implementation of an animal sound, such as dogs bark and the cat meows. Any Java object that can pass more than one isotest is considered as polymorphic. So, uh, dog is an instance of, so we can take dog is a dog and dog is an animal. So this means that dog is polymorphic. So moving on, there are two types of polymorphism in Java: compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. We can perform polymorphism in Java by method overloading and method overriding. So let's take a quick look at what is runtime polymorphism in Java. Runtime polymorphism or dynamic method dispatch is a process in which a call to an overridden method is resolved at runtime rather than compile time. In this process, an overridden method is called through the reference variable of a superclass, and the determination of the method to be called is based on the object being referred to by the reference variable. So runtime polymorphism basically happens at runtime rather than compile time. That's what's important to note here. This only happens for method overriding. So the JVM actually decides which method to call only at runtime. So let's look at what compile time polymorphism is. So compile time polymorphism is known as static polymorphism or static binding. This type of polymorphism is achieved by function overloading or operator overloading. This is known as a compile time polymorphism because the Java compiler decides which overloaded method to call during compile time. So let's quickly compare compile time and runtime polymorphism. In compile time polymorphism, the call is resolved by the compiler, whereas in runtime polymorphism, the call is not resolved by the compiler. Instead, it is done by the JVM. So, in compile time polymorphism, it is achieved by function overloading and operator overloading, whereas runtime polymorphism is achieved by virtual functions and pointers. Compile time polymorphism provides fast execution because the method that needs to be executed is already known early at the compile time. But runtime polymorphism provides slow execution compared to early binding because the method that needs to be executed is only known at runtime. Compile time polymorphism is less flexible as all things execute at compile time, whereas runtime is a little bit more flexible as all things execute at runtime. So that brings us to the end of this lecture. Thank you very much for listening. Hope to see you soon with a new lecture.